Thank you for having me. I'm Amrita Das. I am Executive Vice President with HCL Tech, and I lead HR for Asia Pacific and Growth Markets. In my thought process, I think the barriers are completely starting with psychological. If I look at from a mindset perspective, I think managers have to change their mindsets. Today, when we are talking about opportunities, it is no more jobs. It is not boxed as a job description. We are talking about outcomes, projects, and the skills needed to achieve those outcomes. Managers have to change their mindset to start looking at jobs in these manners, right? So that's the first mindset we have to think about. The second change about mindset is that we always tend to keep our best people with us. We want to keep them. We want to see them growing. Essentially, one has to let it free, right? You have to start believing that those people can upskill themselves, reskill themselves, should be available for the larger good, should be available for jobs across the company, across the region, across the geo. So I think that mindset has to change. That's about the mindset as one barrier. The other barrier is around process and technology. To set up a skill-based organization is not easy. You need an ecosystem. You need a multi-year investments. And what are those investments? We are talking about a skill taxonomy. Does an organization have a common framework, a common skill taxonomy, which everybody can look up to? And that's based on the business demand, that's based on the newer set of technology, that's based on what we are giving to our customers. So setting up that skill taxonomy itself is important. Then comes the whole assessment process. You're telling an employee that okay, you are in a particular skill, but how do you assess and how do you tell what's your proficiency level in that skill? For that, you need a robust assessment framework, a technology backed, which kind gives you that objectivity and transparency to the employee as well. Because at the end of the day, he or she would want to understand that what are my gap areas. If I'm doing well this, I am being appreciated by my manager, but is there still a gap? And what is that gap? I think that is a second aspect one has to get into before you actually think about a skill-based organization. The third would be that, okay, what if I have done this, I'm a proficient, I'm good in this skill, what is there in it for me? The answer to that question is very important. And that comes from your mobility aspects, that comes from job opportunities that individual has, the deployment opportunities that individual has in the organization. Therefore, the organization has to have a process, a mechanism by which they can identify such people, give them good job opportunities, move them up, give them better progression. And that would come again from an ecosystem perspective. For example, as at HCL Tech, we have a wonderful platform, we call it Talent Exchange, which is nothing but where we would want everybody to come and look at opportunities which is as per their skill, as per the proficiency, as per what they want to achieve in their life. The fourth and the last would be around all your processes and workflows. For example, are the performance reviews linked to it? Because I mentioned that it is linked to progression. Are the performance reviews linked to it? Are the reward systems linked to it? Therefore, there is an investment to create that ecosystem, so that our employees can feel comfortable about it and you can look at to a skill-based organization. I think some of these are critical when you start the journey of skill-based organization. Thank you.